Hello and welcome to the Daily Fantasy Aid Show. Happy opening day, everybody. That's right, it's back. Baseball is back, so I'm here to give you my daily picks for your daily fantasy team. Alright, so as you can see, DraftKings is the only one doing it tomorrow. FanPicks and FanDuel will be up on Monday. So let's talk about the pitchers first. I went with Wainwright and Stroman. I went with Stroman because they're facing the Tampa Bay lineup, which frankly isn't that great. Now, I was at a toss-up between Wainwright and Harvey. A couple things cinched it for me. Wainwright's had good success against the Pirates in the past. Harvey has no history whatsoever with the Royals. And also, if you look at the game time temperature, it's going to be in the low 40s in Pittsburgh, while it's going to be around the high 60s, low 70s in Kansas City. So Waino was my pick over Harvey. Alright, and now for the infield. At catcher, I have Travis Denard. There's only 4 games tomorrow. There weren't a ton of quality catchers, and I picked him over Russell Martin simply because of the pitching matchup. At first base, I have Eric Hosmer. It is a little bit interesting choice. I went with him over Encarnacion. I don't have a specific reason for that. It's just kind of a gut feeling, and I don't want anyone facing Archer. I mean, you're gonna strike out if you're facing Archer, and I feel a little bit more safer with Hosmer, even though it is Matt Harvey. Josh Harrison at second base. The reason I went with him was, first of all, there weren't a ton of good second basemen out there. You had Colton Wong, but Liriano is a lefty, and you never want to pick Wong when there's a lefty. And the only other option was Neil Walker, and I think Harrison can have a better game. At third base, we have Matt Carpenter. Again, could have gone either way. I could have gone with Josh Donaldson, which would have been a good pick. But I like Carpenter against Liriano. I think he can hit pretty well off him. Shortstop, Troy Tulowitzki. Gotta have at least one Toronto player in there, right? Although I wouldn't blame you if you went with Donaldson at third. But Tulowitzki, obviously, again, 4 games playing. There aren't a ton of good shortstops out there. So I had to go with Tulo over someone like Cabrera at Tampa. So he's definitely the best shortstop out there. So that is my infield for Sunday's games. And finally, my outfield. I went with an outfield of Piscotty, Cespedes, McCutcheon. Piscotty's really done well this spring training. I think he'll have a pretty big opening day against the Pirates. If anything, I would bet on him having 2-3 hits against Liriano. Cespedes, I went with playing against Kansas City, Edison Volquez, probably one of the worst starting pitchers starting on Sunday, definitely. So I went with Cespedes to get him in there. Andrew McCutcheon, he's hit Waino pretty well over the years, so definitely got to have him in there. So that is my outfield. Also, guys, I want to mention this great website, fanpicks.com. They're a daily fantasy sports site, but they have some major differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. First of all, multiple sports. You can play multiple sports in one thing, like you pick 3 players from baseball, 2 players from basketball. So if you're a multiple sports guy, this is the site for you. Also, something awesome is they have live support chat. I mean, it's daily fantasy baseball. If you need support, you want it fast, and they offer you live chat. And if you use the promo code FantasyAid, you get free $25 to play with. Free $25. Who would not want that? Seriously, check them out. I'll be doing lineups for them all year, so definitely check them out, fanpicks.com. Alright, so that wraps up opening day. Stay tuned for the Daily Fantasy Aid Show every day at 7 a.m. I'm your host, Andrew, and thanks for watching and good luck out there.